So Caroline Ellis's cousin walks in. I don't know if they're cousins. They might be. It's just fun to pretend they're cousins. Caroline Ellis's cousin, Maegan Hall, walks in. And if you don't know Maegan Hall, let me introduce you. A small town Tennessee police station has been rocked by allegations of wild sexual misconduct after a married female police officer allegedly had steamy romps with 6 male officers. Officer Maegan Hall and her fellow law officers allegedly engaged in wild sexcapades. I love that word. Sexcapades is the word of the year. Sexcapades. Sexcapades 2023 word of the year. Sexcapades that included sending dirty pictures, taking her top off at a Girls Gone Wild hot tub party. I wasn't invited. And even having oral sex with 2 officers at the Tennessee police station. I mean, this can't be made up anymore. This is the world we live in. We did a reality shift in 2020 when COVID hit. We didn't notice because we were all inside, and we shifted 1 degree this way, and now we've got sexcapades at the police station. The steamy shenanigans in which Maegan Hall allegedly bragged about the size of one partner's genitalia, claiming to be in an open marriage, not only led to her being fired, but led to the firings of Sergeant Powell, Detective Shields, Officer Tyler, and a few more colleagues that she blew at the police station. The worst of it comes from Officer Magalito, and I kind of changed his name a little bit because I can't really pronounce his real name, and his name shouldn't be mentioned because it's not important. She blew him, you know what I mean? The worst of it comes from Officer Magalito, who admitted to having sex with Maegan Hall multiple times, not just once, multiple times. Claims that it all started when Maegan told him about the other officer's big black dick. Okay, listen, I swear to God, that's in there. That is in the article. It's in the testimony. It's in the investigation notes. This is what they testified. I can't make it up anymore. Episode 1, 2, 3 of this podcast, maybe I made some shit up. But now, dude, it just falls. It just falls in the lap of us. And this is the world we live in. This is what actually is happening. The article says, and I swear to God, I can't make it up anymore. The article says he told investigators that Officer Maegan Hall told him about Officer Powell's big black dick and claimed he had performed a sex act on him while the pair were on the clock in the precinct. Magalito also said he had seen Hall and another officer kissing while watching football at a party over the weekend. And Hall had even kissed his own wife, Amy. So now, not only is Maegan Hall running through the entire precinct, we got sergeants, detectives, officers, people in charge. We've got like 5 or 6 dudes that she's not only banging, but that she's blowing in the squad car. She's making out with another officer's wife after she just got done making out with another guy who she's not sleeping with, who's also not her husband, who's also at the party. I swear to God, that's what's happening here. So now she's hooking up with the wife of the officer that she's hooking up with, who's also not her husband. The officer said Hall's husband saw the kiss and told officials that the cuckold wasn't on board with the open relationship. That his wife was having a threesome with the officers, but continued to have a relationship with anyways. Well, you gotta divorce the bitch then, right? Listen to me. What happened was Hall went to her husband. She said, listen, Maegan went to her husband and said, listen, I need to have threesomes and I need to hook up with other people. I want to have an open marriage. And her husband said, yeah, I'm not really about that life. All I want to do is manage this public park and the trees, and I want to walk the nature trails, and I want to live a normal life, and you're out here wilding trying to hook up with all your police officer friends. Okay? And so her poor cuck of a husband, and what's his name? Give me his name. What's his name? Jedediah. Oh my God, what a precious name. Jedediah obviously is rocked and shocked by this news. Jedediah, he apparently, was not on board with the open marriage. He too witnessed her kissing the man at the football party, was not okay afterwards, and all he wants to do is get back to his life working as a park ranger. Okay? The story continues. As ex-cop Maegan Hall said, she and her husband Jedediah Hall were in an open marriage, although he didn't seem to be on board, according to internal investigations. See? What'd I say? He wasn't on board. He said his favorite part about working at the state parks department is witnessing the look on his visitors' eyes when they first connect with nature and its cultural resources. That wow moment makes all the hard work worth it, and it makes me fall in love with our park system all over again, he wrote. He also encouraged anyone interested in joining the state parks department to start by volunteering at their local parks by picking up garbage and helping with waterway cleanups. Look, this guy's obviously a very nice man. He loves his job at a public park. He volunteers. He picks up trash on the side of the sidewalk, and his wife is abusing her power as a police officer to suck the dick of every man in the precinct. I mean, here's the thing. The lesson here is simple. If you're a sex-crazed ex-cop who's banging multiple members of the police department, there's no going back from this. Like, you're not getting another job as a police officer. Your name will be forever in the Google archives, and it doesn't matter how many church services Maegan attends over the next 6 months. You get this woman on a houseboat in Tennessee waters, the wildcat's gonna get unleashed, okay? You get her near a hot tub, one seltzer turns into 15, and before you know it, she's engaged in oral sex with someone who's not her husband. So here's the only options, right? Obviously, Maegan's dreams of being a cop is over. And as for the husband, like, man, Jedediah, my friend, if you want to come on this podcast and talk about it, by all means, reach out. We'll have you on. But you got to move on here, buddy. Okay, there's more fish in the pond, right? It's not, and this, you're what? She's not it. She's not it. She's 1 degree off from Caroline Ellis, and they're 1 degree off, from Sid the Sloth. So it's a little, you can do better. Listen, buddy, on a good day, you're like a 5 out of 10, bro. So step your shit up, become like a 6 or a 7, and then bag a chick that's sexy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? You can do way better than this. And so don't disrespect yourself by staying with someone SBF would definitely hook up with. SBF would definitely send your wife 300,000 FTX tokens and be like, yo, meet me here on this day. And she would show up, right? And you don't want to constantly, look, if you stay with her, you don't want to constantly be thinking about what she's doing every time she goes to Trader Joe's. Is she or is she not sucking the cock of the cashier? Or, you know what I mean? It's listen, if my last idea for you guys, if they're thinking about staying together, then they just need to cash in on the 15 minutes of fame and spin up that $9.99 OnlyFans account, baby. There's got to be body cam footage. There's got to be security cam footage of whatever they were doing somewhere. Or better yet, refilm it, because I can think of 5 cops that just lost their jobs that have nothing to do that would love to stick their shit inside of you again. You nasty, disgusting little witch.